What's up, YouTube fam? Brandon Weaver here once again. Can you close a credit card? Should I never close a credit card? How does it work, Brandon? All right, let's get into it right now. I've got a comment right here on the good old YouTube. So feel free to put your comments in the comments below and ask your question right here, or hit that subscribe button and that bell for notifications. Get me on the live and ask your questions on the live, okay? When you reach your goal of your score in your high limit credit cards, do you close some of these quote unquote unnecessary trade lines that were utilized to get you to where you wanted to go? Now, I'm not sure what is necessary, what is not necessary for you in your scenario. However, for myself, in the past, when I was building my credit, and I wish I had kept all my trade lines open, and it is most optimal to keep all your credit cards open, keep them open for as long as you can, perhaps indefinitely, 25, 30 years, forever, right? Keep your credit cards open, keep your trade lines open as best you can. I know you're gonna pay down your loans, but keep your credit cards open, right? Keep your credit cards open. Now, when you're talking about some of these other trade lines that you've utilized to help you get to where you wanna be, I'm thinking you're talking about some of these other trade lines that might be a little bit what you might think of as subprime lending, right? Subprime trade lines, subprime. When you were under that 600, when you were 590, 500, 400, you know, you were low, you were getting some of these other trade lines that hooked you up, and they, you know, were more store cards. You might not be using them anymore. Maybe you've already got your 5K, 10K, 15K with Capital One and Chase and Amex and your Bank of America and your Barclay card. You've got these big trade lines already. You're good. And you're saying, well, Brandon, I've got a lot of no fee cards over here, or I've got a fee over here, and I'm trying to offset those fees. Man, you know, I'm just thinking maybe, can I close a credit card or two? What's going on, Brandon? I mean, is it gonna really hurt me really badly? What's up? So, optimally, you keep everything open. The more you have more credit. Okay, they like that you have all this credit, that you're not using all this credit. Your utilization is low. You can ask for some of these annual fees to be potentially waived. You can do that as well, from year to year and different cards and try, all right? But you're saying, okay, I've done all this, I've got it, man, I got this one card or this two card, and I'm just not using it. It's been about a year or two, I've established a lot of credit already in history and relationships with the banks. You know, it's not just like all of a sudden. It's not all of a sudden I just got my score and I just got my high limit credit cards. I've actually put in, you know, I've had this score for a good year or two, and I've got my history for a year or two. So can I close these cards, Brandon? Can I close these cards? Nice tight, good tight, Jerome, good job. So, you potentially could, one or two maybe, right? One or two you could do a little bit, you know? The caveat is that your score might come down just a little bit. Just a little bit, 5, 10 points. Now, the reason I know you can, here or there, right, a little bit, is because back in the day when I was doing my credit repair and I started getting more limit credit cards, and I saw I had fees, and what I should have been doing is asking them to waive the fee. But you know, you live and you learn, you don't really know, you know, I was a little bit younger. So I might have closed one or two cards, two trade lines. I saw my score come down a little bit, I was like, dang, man, I should have left those cards open. But on a long enough timeline, building good credit, having new, and I opened new credit cards also at that point, you know, 6 months, a year later. So I had new trade lines come back on with no annual fees. I have some no annual fee credit cards. So you potentially could, you don't have to, you don't need to, okay? You potentially could if things is really tight, you know, you're like, oh man, this is, you know, I'm just, this thing is, you know, this annual fee and I'm not really using it and I got, you know, let me know. Now, ultimately, if you keep it all open, rock and roll, good, you know, keep it all open. But if you got to, here or there, slowly, much like you might have applied one here, you know, 6, 8 months later, another one, and closing, you're all right, okay? Now, if you're building, and what we've talked about here is getting those 26K in primary trade lines, which we have a video on how to get your 26K in primary trade lines. And these are these ones that even if you don't have the best credit, you're building credit, you're new to credit, you can still potentially get 26K in primary trade lines in your name, all right? So this is the type of content we put out here. So please hit that subscribe button, that bell for notifications. 609creditrepair.com, where you can do this yourself, build up your credit, change your life. Change your life. It's more than just credit, change your life, okay? You could potentially change your life. 609creditrepair.com, or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. If this video helped you out, please give a thumbs up. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.